everyone! Today we are doing a Dolly Transformations video. Normally I would film a treasure hunt, which is a haul video, before doing the transformation because we got quite a bit of stuff. However, I already have a few like that are up or will be going up, and I didn't want to like bombard you guys with a bunch of hauls. So since more people are interested in transformations anyways, we'll kind of do like a haul inside transformation video.
A transformative haul.
Yes. So we went to the flea market today. But today we actually struck gold, even though we thought we were going to.
Yeah, and she kept saying to me, I don't think we're going to get anything. And I was thinking, well, it's never over until
it's
like,
over.
Yeah.
We'll show the two separate things we bought first.
So the first thing I found was this Harry Potter action figure. I want to say it's Ron, but I think they might have made a Fred and George for this line too. But I'm like 80% sure this is Ron. I'll have to look him up later.
He was $2.
These are like, I have the Harry that goes in this set. He's missing a thingy that he's supposed to like launch when you like move his arm.
I remember Harry like that.
These are, I want to say these were marketed with the Chamber of Secrets movie, and I find that those figurines weren't as distributed as the Sorcerer's Stone. I mean, they were still pretty common, but not as common. So it was really cool finding him.
And then this is the last thing we got, but I'll show her first. So we buy a lot of Monster High dolls from this elderly couple, and this week I found Signature Evie. I was pretty sure that they had
Signature Evie.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that they had this doll. I think they might have had her last year actually. Maybe they got another, but I knew they had Descendants dolls at some point, and I specifically remembered seeing her, and I've really been wanting her, and I got Signature Mal this year, but Genie Chic Evie, so even though she doesn't have her shoes, I'm really excited, and she was $3, and now is a really great time to get them because they're like just starting to show up secondhand a lot because they're getting a little bit older, but they're also still pretty new, so a lot of them are very untouched like this.
Very nice.
Okay, and then we were walking by on the last leg of the flea market, and I spotted a container filled with Barbie furniture, and I was kind of picking through it, and I was a little bit skeptical about how much money it was going to be and if we really needed the furniture, although I secretly wanted it. But then the guy said that it was $30, and then he pointed out two more totes of doll stuff, and one is filled with dolls, one has a bunch of furniture, and the other just has like a car and a few little pieces. So we were picking through it, and then he was like, oh, I know you. I've sold you Barbies before.
And I said, yeah, a lot of Barbies. It's the guy that we got our 60 doll bin from.
Our Generation
Girl bin.
Heart Family car.
The Heart Family car.
Julie's bed.
Julie's bed from the guy that he sets up with. So
yeah, we bought a lot
stuff
from him. That's why he recognized us. And then he said, when he kind of remembered that we could have all of this for $20. And I was like, sold.
So she went to the ATM and I stayed with the stuff.
Yeah, because I was like, I think $2 or $3 short of $20. Okay, so this is the least exciting tub.
And she already was getting money before I even looked inside this one.
Okay, so this is very like 90s stuff. Obviously, I think this is like a frame that goes to a Barbie register, if I had to guess.
And I think pieces of it are in there.
And then there's this really cool car. I think this is the Camp Barbie car.
Oh.
Because there's Camp Barbie stuff.
Oh my god, I love Camp Barbie.
Okay, we're gonna save the most exciting one for last.
This is the bin that drew our attention.
So I saw this car,
and I wanted it even though I didn't think we needed it.
So this stuff in here. There's like a ton of accessories.
Ooh.
So I don't.
Oh my lord.
There's like this container that I'm not sure if there's stuff in it or if it's just empty. There's stuff in it. I'm not empty like that though. So all the parts seem to be there for this. It's just, oh look, and there's in the trunk. There's this thing that flips out and there's stuff in the trunk.
Oh my goodness. It looks like it goes to the top of the car. I'm putting everything in here.
Yeah, it's the top of the car.
This looks like it goes to the car.
Okay, the carpet is officially disgusting. I think the Memorial Day bin was the last one we got that was this gnarly. Oh, more pieces of Kelly's crib.
Oh, good.
I think the whole crib is in there, except I haven't seen the base. Oh, and there must have been a WNBA doll. That's cool. We can always use more basketball hoops. I don't know what this is.
It looks like it might go to a gym.
Yeah, we did get pieces, I think, to... No, that was a... Okay, so... These are really cute. Oh, that's cool. It's like a mermaid outfit. Some skipper pants. Ooh.
Ariel.
Is this a taiko tail? I think this is.
Oh.
Oh my god, this poor Pocahontas has black mold on her face. And on her legs. Ugh. Nicoma. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, this is that bath Barbie. We have her outfit.
Oh.
Is this one of like the Mer Sitters or something for typo? Is that it?
I think he is. Shelly, he's marked Disney.
Yeah, that's why there's Ariel pieces. I don't see the swimsuit top, but remember how I called one of mine Mer Sitter?
Yeah.
The other baby. Oh my god. This is like a health hazard. This is trash.
It's Madeline.
Another one?
So these are Madeline's underwear. They're like on her.
If, it's not real. I think these pants are. What are these? Ideal toy. This is Tammy.
It's Tammy.
Okay. And this is Snow White.
No way.
So we moved the stuff out into the hallway because it's really, really, really moldy and we didn't want to leave it in the room with the pets, obviously. So we're gonna start cleaning it right away because we don't want this like funking up the house. And you can see here, like, I don't really want to go through and like touch them too much, but you can see some of them don't look so bad, and then like others, like Nicoma's legs.
And one of the mer baby's faces is like completely covered.
I believe this is a Love to Read Barbie. And then Pocahontas has a really bad mold on her face. I mean,
this is, except with the possible exception of the Memorial Day haul one year that we actually had to vacuum the carpet just like this. This is like one of the most disgusting.
Aurora.
This might be, in my opinion, the most disgusting.
Where'd the babies go?
They're in there. I put them in.
This one's the not bad baby.
Yeah, the other one has mold all over its face.
Oh yeah, this is just brutal.
It's kind of a weird transformation video compared to like our usual method. So the dolls were so dirty that we had to actually soak them in bleachy water before we could do anything. Because the mold, I mean, it smelled and I was gagging, and it was so bad that we were concerned about our own safety and that of our pets. So we weren't able to take, you know, a traditional haul photo to be used as any kind of thumbnail. And we weren't able to identify the dolls and the clothes before we disinfected, which is normally how we roll. So what we did instead is we left them bleached. We went to the farm. We stopped at our friend Lisa's house, and they soaked for several hours. Now, then Shelly rinsed the bleach off and put them in our sink so we can start cleaning them. And what she did is she put the ones that we already have, like, identified and logged in. Shelly jokes that it's like they're checking into a spa. These are the ones that we've already confirmed the identities of, and we've logged them into our inventory to be numbered among our collection. And these are the ones that Shelly still needs to research. Shelly's logging them into the computer now before we do much more with them. We'll have to piece together their clothes and stuff later. The stuff is soaking. We showed a lot of this. We filmed like soaking them in the bleach and stuff for a mold cleaning tutorial. But in the meantime, Shelly has her usual list going, who the dolls are and about their body makes. I think we're gonna probably clean Evie and Shelly's old Cinderella doll, our 50th anniversary Cinderella doll. Just had some stain removal done, and I think Shelly's gonna give her body a good scrub. And Evie, who we just got today as well. Cindy's old.
Chaotic. It's usually more organized.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had to kind of take it. This is kind of like the Memorial Day bin that I think predated this Flickr account, let alone YouTube.
I have this Barbie's bike.
Oh, is that the one that we got that bike with Jenny, right?
Splendid Barbie, yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, we've had our bike forever. That's so exciting. I knew right away who we were talking about, and I was stoked. I knew I'd seen that doll before, and that she was going to be easy to ID. What I'm doing is cleaning this. Now, this didn't have any mold on it, but it smells musty. It was in the container with Playsets, and I don't feel like that was where the mold was. The mold was with the dolls in the yellow case thing. But just to be safe, I'm cleaning this like I did the other paper pieces. So what I'm doing, I'm letting some rubbing alcohol run down the paper towel. And then I already did this on the cardboard side, like part that looks more cardboardy. I'm just kind of wiping it like this. I did this to the other side already, but I'm gonna do it again. Just doing the side I haven't done yet. I'm gonna do this probably twice to get rid of the smell, to get rid of any like germs, because this is pretty gnarly. And because it's such a large piece, just to get rid of anything I might have missed the first time. So if you're wondering what made us think to do this, it's not that anyone told us this was a good idea, we just thought it was all we could think of. And I mean, like we've said before, we've had paper pieces that we had as kids that got mold spots on them, and we've had them probably, what year is this? Probably a good 17, 18, even 20 years since they got the mold stain, and they're fine. If the stain wasn't that bad, we kept them.
Okay, so what I have done is I have body scrubbed everyone like I usually would with dish soap and baking soda. I did spend a little extra time doing so because it was hard to tell what was stains and what was actually like mold you could wipe off, but as you can see, a lot of them are still stained. So the next thing I have to do now that they're washed, I also washed all their hair. I washed it with dish soap and baking soda this time. Some of them got like 3 hair washes depending. They still smell kind of weird, but I'm going to condition them and then see where that puts us, and maybe I'll soak them.
So here I am just boil washing them. You'll notice I have 3 bowls this time instead of 2. I knew I was going to have to boil wash these dolls probably for a second round, but when I went to put them in a soak of borax and some laundry detergent for the night to help with the mold smell, I thought it would be best if their hair was as smooth as possible so it could better absorb the, products to maybe kill off some of the mold smell. So that's why I have the many bowls. Normally I do fewer so I can spend more time on each doll. This is the next morning after they soaked overnight in borax and laundry detergent, and what I'm doing is I'm rinsing them really good, and you can see I'm smelling them to see how it worked. They still smelled moldy, but it was more like if you keep things in the basement and they get that kind of musky smell. It wasn't pungent like it was before, where it made you have a headache and it was just really vile. So I'm washing them out, rinsing them, and then I'm getting them ready for another round of boil washes because, like I said, the soak kind of messed up their hair. So that's what I was doing in this clip, and then I was going to, from there, after boil washing them, separate out the dolls who had mold stains that need to be removed and get them outside with the acne cream to remove the stains, and then the other ones who were stain-free were going to sit on the bed and dry. I didn't include that footage because that is going in our mold removal tutorial video, so I'm really sorry that there's not as much footage of certain things, but I was trying to divide it up between the 2 videos. So I was pretty burnt out from cleaning the dolls and the clothes the night before, so this is filmed on Monday morning. One of my first tasks was to clean the playset. Normally I'd let them soak overnight, but I decided not to because there were so many things that I didn't want to fill up a big container with that much water because it would have just made a mess. So I'm going to put a bunch of little pieces in the sink after this and soak them in there and then wash off any of the mold residue. But the furniture pieces really didn't smell too moldy, but I was scrubbing them really thoroughly with baking soda and dish soap just to be sure, because that's obviously a very big concern with this lot.
So we finished some of the stain removal treatments, and these dolls, their hair got kind of messed up from being transported in and out from the deck for several days, 2. So since they're stinky, we are going to wash them and condition them again before boil washing them, just to give them a little extra love. As you can see, Colleen demoing with Nakoma, and then they're going to get boil washes. These are all the pieces Colleen put out on the towel last night. They are all dry and they smell perfectly fine. There were a few things that needed to be scrubbed, especially these skis, but I'm really surprised nothing stained. So currently I'm trying to photograph some of the accessories just to clear them off, which is an involved process because I need to research things, and sometimes I might not have gotten the piece in the lot I'm photographing, but I might have the same piece already. So there's a lot of digging around and getting things and double, triple checking, but that's what we're doing right now, and some of the dolls are starting to get dressed up there. So while I've been going through and identifying all the new stuff, I spent a lot of time looking at Tammy clothes, and I realized this shirt, which we've had for years, I think we might have even gotten it as kids, is made by Ideal Toys. It's not specifically for Tammy. It was like a generic fashion doll shirt, and it's called the Kooky Shirts. It's like from that line. It's not box dated, but it's from the 60s, and this one says "You're off your rocker." I always held on to it even though I knew it wasn't Barbie because it's so well made and it's really unique, and I'm glad I did because I would have been really upset if I had gotten rid of it. So as we're slowly piecing things together for like photos, I got a lot of Bedtime Kelly stuff in this lot. Some of this is our childhood stuff, some of it's from this lot. Like the clothes are things we already had, but we got the ribbon, we got the little spoon, we got all these paper accessories.
Some of those paper accessories I remember really well, and others, it's been so long since I've seen them that I forgot that she came with them.
And then we got a whole other crib and also this mobile, but we still had our old one, so that's cool. Okay, so we're going to show you the play sets that are all cleaned because we got quite a few things we did not previously have. So this is the Dance Magic Beauty Center. Some of these are like recycled molds, like we have one of these to our cut and style salon we had growing up, but it's a different color, and it's got this really cool clothing rack.
It's awesome.
And this really pretty heart mirror, and it does have like storage space under here. Then we have the glitter hair beauty center. There's a lot of different things that use this mold.
But the colors and like the stickers made this distinctive.
It's supposed to have like a removable nozzle over here that we do have, and then this is like the chair that neatly stacks in there. This is one of my favorite things that we got. This is the 1993 supermarket. Now, it's very confusing because this exact mold was used several times over the years, and the biggest way you could tell the difference is actually the accessories. Ours didn't come with the fancy register that like had a gimmick. Ours came with like a plain blue register. I'll insert the picture. So this like conveyor belt you can move along, and it has this like rack here to bag the groceries and a magazine thing. We got so many pieces to this, and we're really excited because our other supermarket from the 90s, the So Much To Do, and Colleen had growing up, was demolished. Like, I actually had to make a cardboard thing for it. I like this shelf, and it actually has like a hidden compartment under here. It doesn't stay together well, as you can see.
Which we would have used a lot as kids.
Yeah, I used to. Okay, it's just falling apart.
We used to actually use a caboodle to keep our Barbie food in.
I was very involved in like the set, and I would always like make a jumbo supermarket. Then we have the 1993 kitchen. Again, this is another case of like almost identical kitchens being sold. However, this one has like this sticker up top, and it does have all of its kitchen racks. The stove is really cool. I love these stoves. All of the racks for like the dishwasher too are in here. And then I didn't know that these side panels went on here. It took me a while to figure it out. And then that's the dishwasher, and it even has the little faucet and the stool. So I was able to identify some random fragments of pieces. I actually have to go and like dig them out from a bag of like unidentified playset structural pieces that you can't really use unless you know what they go with. But I like to hang on to those things because I know I have pieces like this that I didn't realize were the backrest to stools because I never got them before.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and I just said like about a week or two, no, maybe a month or so ago, about how I wanted like a Barbie pineapple and all this other cool food stuff that we didn't have, and we got a ton of cool food from the grocery store.
If you don't know this about me and Colleen, we're obsessed with food and stuff.
Obsessed
and
dog
the very
food.
first place that I ever picked out for myself was the So Much To Do kitchen.
And my very first place that I got that was special was my grocery store.
And then we got vehicles. So this is the Sun Cruiser, made for the Camp Barbie line. It's not in the best shape in terms of like some of these, this sticker's nice, I had to glue it down, but this one's peeled. And then this thing right here, you can see there's some tape. where I needed to glue a piece. It doesn't stay in right, and I don't want to, it's a cheap plastic, this thing. It's not the same plastic as this.
Camp Barbie is like very iconic to me because I had the McDonald's toy as a kid.
This is something we wanted as kids, but we never knew the name of it. This is the minivan from 1995. So
I was obsessed in Kelly at the time.
all of these seats and stuff were out, and like the door likes to come off. As you can see, it's coming out. But we're just missing the baby seat, and then, hang on. And then this is really cool. So it folds out, and then you have this shelf thing that rotates. I actually needed to glue one of the pieces because it broke. And then it has like this little thing, and it has like a griddle you can put on top of it. We got a lot of the pieces. It came with a crap ton of accessories. And it has this like hammock, and it has these stools. And the nice thing is, I had a feeling when we got the container, I just had a gut feeling that we were gonna get like enough structural pieces to complete all of this stuff.
And it was so exciting. And this is especially exciting for me because I saw the commercial for this as a kid. And at the time I was obsessed in Cali, and the thing I remembered about this commercial that I'd seen so long ago, I thought it was a camper. I didn't realize it was a minivan. And I remembered Stroll and Fun Barbie and Kelly were in the commercial, and I wanted it because of Kelly, because I remember it saying something about a seat for Kelly. So then years later, I thought that the camper must have been this other like 90s, late 90s motorhome.
It was a magical motorhome.
Yes, the magical motorhome, because it was from around the same time that commercial also has Kelly. But something about the commercial felt off, and I'm like, maybe I just amped up this car in this commercial.
That's what I thought.
In my mind. And I just assumed, oh, I have it, that's cool. But then something about this made Shelly say, I think this is what you saw and wanted as a kid. And I'm like, it's funny because I was thinking the same thing too. And this actually is just as cool as I remember being on the commercial. This is like everything, okay? It has seat for Kelly. It has a grill. We're obsessed in doll grills. It came with like
pieces.
Doll food. It came with a ton of pieces. It came with a hammock. This is the Barbie vehicle of the world. This is the best.
So Evie was the only doll from this batch who needed earrings. Strangely, hers were meant to be removable though in the first place, so that makes sense, whereas the 90s Barbies have like the permanent earrings, and if a kid's not into pulling them out, you usually don't see it, whereas if they get into pulling out the earrings and they all kind of are missing the earrings, that's a trend I tend to notice. I already had my gems and stuff picked out ahead of time before I turned on the camera. That's why you don't see me digging around. I'm literally just assembling them in this clip.
So besides foam and color Barbie, this Mer babysitter Ariel profited. I had decided right before filming my collection video when I was printing out the inventory to give my two kind of like unknown Tyco dolls distinguishing identities, because Tyco recycled their dolls for most of the lines, and I decided to call her Mer Babysitter just because it's a really popular seeming set and it's cute, and it manifested and I got her tail. This goes to a different fashion pack, and I have her babies now and her paper accessories. So this video, I apologize in advance, was a bit different because of how moldy the dolls were. We really did not have the opportunity to sit and film a before clip of every doll, and I know people like that, and I would have done that. It was just not safe or sanitary, and by the time they had been soaking in bleach for a while, I didn't really want to be filming a bunch of like wet dolls, and they looked a little bit better just because being in some bleachy water wiped off some of the mold anyways. So you can see more of that damage in the mold tutorial, which will be up either right before or right after this video. So as you can see, we didn't get that many dolls, but we got a ton of play sets and accessories, not many clothes, so that kind of made this bin really unique. We bought it for the play sets mostly, and those are already up on my Flickr, and all of these dolls will be on my Flickr too if you want to, you know, see or know more about them, because I have a guide on there if you don't know already. So I'm going to introduce you to everyone. So these are Ariel's babies. I got both of the Mer twins, and one of them was heavily stained. I think it was this one, but he's all set. So that's great. They're really cool. I thought that they looked very Tyco-esque when we found them, and Colleen saw that they said Disney on the back, and their tails are nice and squishy. They're so cute. Then we have Tinkerbell. She's Musical Classics Tinkerbell. We saw her first when we opened up the container at the flea market to see what the guy had for dolls, and I thought she was Cinderella from the behind until I flipped her over and I saw that she was Tinkerbell. Also kind of funny that I just filmed all of my Disney collections, and we
got a ton of new Disney.
Aside from the babies and Tink, the others are all duplicates, which you'll see. Then we have classic Snow White.
Her hair came out unbelievable in the back.
Yeah, Mom, I have 3 other classic Snow Whites, and she's the only one that, Oliver, be nice, that has saran hair besides my one that was boxed at some point. And this is a Bicken Snow White dress. I really don't have any Snow White clothes anymore. And then we have classics Aurora. She is my first one that I got in the wild, and she's wearing a Disney Store fashion pack. And the back of her hair is really nice and shiny. But her bangs are a little wild, and I made her this hair bow. Actually, like, what it is instead of wire, I wanted it to lay flatter, so I just took like flat florist wire and I folded ribbon around it, and then I glued it together in a hoop, and I put like the little buttons and stuff on. That's how I made this one. It's not how I usually make them. Then we have classic Cindy. And I do want to say Snow White was like the moldiest of the bunch. Her legs were completely stained, and you would never know to look at her. Like, literally, from thigh to toe, they were
she was covered.
Black and, like, that gross brown color that happens. This is classic Cinderella. She's wearing one of my rags dresses. I have 2. And she's interesting because she has pink lips. My other 2 have red lips. And this is definitely a variation. I double-checked online because none of my books mentioned it that I saw. Maybe I overread it. Then we have my Sun Colors Pocahontas and Nakoma dolls. I decided to make them matching hair accessories, so this is just like ribbon wrapped around with buttons looped through. That way I'll know like they came together. And I also put her hair in a little braid. I bought these buttons at Walmart just for them. Pocahontas still had her outfit, but Nakoma was missing her skirt, but we had spare pieces in storage. Now, they were some of the moldiest of the bunch.
They had it all over their faces.
Yeah, I want to say Pocahontas, it was on this side, and Nakoma, it was on this side. Unfortunately, I didn't photograph it. I was so busy focusing on the legs, but in the mold video you will see. But, like, she had it all on her inner thighs. Pocahontas had it everywhere. So, I have many of these Sun Colors dolls now, but that's okay. She's actually the same variation as the ones we had as kids. I believe they're the Malaysia ones with the lighter eyebrows. And we only had one of those previously, and she's a lot nicer than our other one. Then we have Madeline.
I've had that dress for a long time. It doesn't go to Madeline, it goes to,
Magic Charm dolls?
Yeah, Magic Charm. And, I've had it for a long time, and I saved it because I thought it would go well on a Madeline.
Yes, it's made by the same company.
And the toys.
Yeah, the dolls look just like Madeline dolls. Then we have Bedtime Barbie. So, she's pretty infamous because for my boil wash tutorial for a long time, I had her in the thumbnail. My other one like her from the Teresa lot who had like really awful, like the worst hair ever. She's so much nicer than my other one. And we happen to have this outfit in storage already, which worked out. I was concerned about her body, but it cleaned up just fine. Honestly, they smell kind of musky still. I'm not going to lie and say that they smell wonderful because you have to keep in mind the amount of mold that was on them. I would say they're not putrid smelling anymore, but if you have a basement and you've ever like left your dolls down in your basement for a while uncovered, they'll kind of get like that basementy musky smell. That's what they smell like now. Correct?
Oh yeah. And like it's not like that strong. Like when we were pulling out of the basket I could smell it, but when I'm standing up here I can't smell them.
So then we have Love to Read Barbie and her 2 babies. So I actually already had one of these, the AA doll over here. I had another one a long time ago, and you can see both of them on my Flickr. I didn't know who she was when I bought her. I actually thought she was a teacher kid, but I knew who this girl was, obviously, when I saw, which made me think that this was Love to Read Barbie and this was the other Love to Read kid, and sure enough, that checked out. Barbie has her outfit, but the kids sadly don't. I kind of would have rather had it the other way, just because it's hard finding clothes for these guys. These are just like unidentified dresses I have. It's really cool having this set now. I like keeping little Barbie families together. Now, please excuse Bicycle and Barbie's wet bangs. They were being a little cantankerous before I started filming. And she is wearing this fashion pack that we thought would look really cool on her. And she has really nice hair. The quality of these dolls is actually pretty nice. They were well taken care of. They just weren't stored right. But whoever owned these dolls loved Barbie because they had almost all of the pieces to their play sets.
You can tell they really liked dolls. And they have very similar taste to us.
And then this is Bath Blast Barbie. Funny story about her bathing suit.
Oh my god.
So I knew we had her bathing suit. It's one of the ones I always remembered when I first got the Ultimate Barbie book before I was even collecting dolls. This doll always stuck out to me. And I knew I had gotten her swimsuit, but I thought for some reason we had gotten a duplicate when we got that little bin I showed in a Dolly Diaries episode a while back with Dance Magic Ken. And I got 2 Descendants dolls that day. So we went on a wild goose chase looking for this outfit in all of our clothing drawers, thinking it got misplaced.
I literally turned upside down almost every single clothing drawer we had down there. And the next day, she helped me do it all over again, and we still couldn't find it, and then it dawned on her.
I searched
it's
on Flickr.
Hawaii Barbie.
It's really cool having her and her swimsuit. And we also made a Songbird Barbie with her outfit. It's funny how many we made it together. I had a hunch of who she was when I saw her, 'cause she's got this really cool necklace. At first I thought she was a mermaid doll because I thought that was a shell.
I've wanted a Songbird Barbie for a long time.
I want Teresa. I love this dress. It's gorgeous. And then Colleen already has each of these Stacy's, Gymnast Stacy and McDonald's Fun Happy Meal Stacy, sorry. But you're happy to have the other two, right?
Well, yeah, especially because this gymnast actually came with her equipment. And even though her bangs were cut, she has really nice hair other than that.
Yeah, and you can't tell because I fixed it.
And Happy Meal Stacy, they're just really cute, so.
Yes. And then we have Tammy. I was really excited to find Tammy.
And Ted is lucky to have his sister.
Yeah, we got Ted not that long ago at the Salvation Army, and I just happened to see Ted. He was in one of our videos, and I was very enchanted by him and his like big cartoony face, and I was like, I think he's an ideal Toys doll. Don't ask how I knew that, because I've never really collected like Tammy dolls or anything, and I never really knew anyone who was super into them. I would just see like a few photos sometimes pop up on my Flickr feed, but I knew that, and so when I saw Tammy, she looks a lot like the Cindy I got recently, and I hoped that she was an actual Tammy, and this is actually a Tammy outfit, and I got a few other pieces to Tammy clothes and even a few accessories, so that was really cool. And then last but not least is Evie from the Descendants. She's the signature wave. I did have to flat iron her hair because it was really frizzy and I had to put her hairstyle back in. And I also made her these earrings. And she had her whole outfit minus the shoes, and I've wanted this doll for a long time, so I'm really glad. Well, yeah, I wanted her when she came out, honestly, so yeah, for a while. Even if it wasn't something I expressed, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of these dolls cleaned up. I apologize for the lack of before footage, but you know, I figured you'd still want to see the video anyways.
And you know, this was a rare occasion when the biohazardous material was just, it didn't allow us to process the haul in the way we normally would have.
Yes.
But in the end, the result is still the same, and you know, they all survived, and well, for the most part. Other than that, we had all these great dolls that survived when they could have ended up in the trash, so
yeah,
it's good.
So that's why, even though a lot of them are duplicates, we don't mind, because I wanted to save them. I would have felt bad them getting thrown out. No kid could have possibly taken these, and I think a lot of collectors even, a lot of people get scared by mold, and I have people ask me that all the time or tell me they threw things out over like a few spots of old mold that aren't even like fuzzy still. I mean, these dolls.
But this was like active, smelly black mold.
But as you can see, they're fine, and we've had them for about 2 weeks now, and they're obviously, like, the mold isn't coming back or anything, and we've had them airing out up here, so yeah. So I hope you enjoy. Keep an eye out on my Flickr if you want to see pictures of these dolls or the playsets or clothes or anything, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.